Hi guys, I'm just back from an amazing trip to California. I was out there for a few days for the NAMM show, and you know, it's a really amazing time to go out and see a lot of other different guitar makers and all their incredible work. And you know, it really kind of makes you reflect on what you're building and where your quality is at and how it just fits. And I have to say, you know, coming back and looking at what we're building here, I think we're still doing something special. Some really special guitars at NAMM, but you know, we've got some cool things going on here. And on this week's rack, we have a Synergy harp guitar. We have a couple of our X10s, 3 X30s, X20, X20 lefty, another X20 Chimaera, and a Balor. And I think that's one of the things that just kind of struck me. You know, we have a great variety of what we're doing. We kind of built that up over the years. And you know, it's great to be able to offer all these unusual configurations of guitars and you know, things like the harp guitar. So first guitar in our rack here, you know, it was actually really cool to see a number of other harp guitars at NAMM show and some really beautiful pieces. I think there was 3 other people that I saw displaying harp guitars there, so it's, you know, it's small in the grand scheme of things, but it's expanding. And the harp guitar is a really cool instrument because it just gives you this extra creative ability. You've got the 6 strings, then you've got the extra 6 sub bass strings. And even if you're not playing these, you get all this beautiful sympathetic resonance that goes along with the other strings, you know, just as it's being played. So, so this one is going out to Paul in England. It's actually his 3rd Emerald, and so he's going for a harp guitar this year. Yeah, this is our artisan level Synergy X20, finished in the red, and it's got that beautiful blood red over the carbon fiber finish. So really elegant guitar and something that really offers a lot of creative ability. So maybe Paul will send us a picture of all 3 of them together, which would be nice to see. Now the next one up is another really great guitar if you want to really be creative with your playing. I think this guitar has something really special in our lineup. It's really versatile. This is our X10. So this is a guitar that really sits very nicely between the electric and acoustic worlds. It's got a slimmer, kind of more electric feeling neck. It's been set up with 6 individual saddles, so you can adjust your height very easily here. So, you know, if you want a really light action, just a little turn of an Allen screw, and that drops your action right down or brings it up, depending on how you play. That's 6 individual piezos, so it gives you really great string balance and great separation right across the range. Then we've also got a magnetic pickup. It's a custom-made Crevo. And then with our 6 individual pickups, that allows us to actually trigger MIDI as well. So everything's controlled on board in the guitar or split to individual signals. So you can do a lot with an X10. The other great thing about the X10 is just how it's contoured. It's got this really deep cutaway here, the heelless design. So it's got 24 frets and you can access right up to the top here. So X10 is an exceptional guitar. So and that one's going to Steve in Arizona, and that'll be able to cope with all the dry weather in Arizona, no problem. And this is another one's going to Steve in California, just where I've just come from. This is the X10 with our level 2 system. So it's the same pickups, just doesn't have the MIDI. So this one's finished in our green, and as you can see, that beautiful deep green right the way around over carbon. Now this one is going to Craig in Australia, and apparently he's got a collection of emeralds, so this is another one to add to it. X20, sorry, and this is quilted maple and finished in this incredible blue. I was just cutting some quilted maple veneer yesterday, and we have really some exceptional quilted maple, and it's all very similar in its design and in its appearance, except we have some that's got a finer quilt and some that's got a bigger quilt. This is one with a really nice fine quilt. So it's really beautiful how it starts off here with a finer quilt and then sort of widens out into a bigger quilt as it goes to the bottom. But really that's an exceptional piece of quilted maple. And when I go to NAMM show, I do compare quilted maple. I'll go to some of the booths and I'll look at the different finishes and the different woods. And I can say, hand on heart, that this piece of quilted maple and that finish can stand with anything on the planet. It really is. Beautiful in the blue, the deep blue, and deep blue carbon back and sides. So next one is Blake in Tennessee. Blake's gone for our X30. So our X30 is our big jumbo body guitar. I'd say this is possibly one of the biggest jumbo guitars on the market, just going by dimensions, but it's also one of the most comfortable. We had a few discussions last week with some people comparing it to, you know, something like a Gibson J200 or those big, you know, iconic jumbos. And while this is as big and a little bit bigger than them, it feels way smaller. Now that's down to the contouring that carbon allows us. Because we mold these guitars, we can make more interesting shapes. And one of the really interesting things that helps is the way we have this asymmetrical side here. It's hard to see in a video or on pictures, but the side is slightly angled, and what that does is whenever you're playing it, it just really meets the shape of your knee and allows you to tuck in at the perfect angle into your knee. It's also got the rib bevel here, it's got the arm bevel, and the deep cutaway. So all in all, it's just it's a very playable guitar with a big sound. So if you want a big, bassy jumbo, then it needs to be a large body. So that's Blake in Tennessee is getting that one. Then we've got Raymond in New Jersey, another X30, and same color back and sides with the amber. On top we have Afzelia, and Afzelia is a really beautiful piece of wood. It's kind of like similar tones to our quilted maple, a little bit more richer, a little bit darker, and but it's got this really unusual kind of patterned quilt going on in it. Very, very interesting veneer. Really eye-catching. A lot of depth, nice sort of holographic thing going on there. Really, a lot of movement as you move it. That's a lovely one. Next up, we've got a Lefty X20. This one's going to James in Wisconsin. Apparently we listed this on our website, and literally within minutes, James had this captured for himself. And our Cocobolo guitars, they sell really fast. I think pretty much as quick as we put them up, they're sold within that day. And this is a lovely example of our Cocobolo. Finished in our X20, left-handed, amber back and sides. Can't get much nicer than that. So next up, Marcelino, I think I'm pronouncing that right, in Toronto. This is our Chimaera, finished with freak maple burl. We've cut this freak maple burl with a really interesting book match, so everything's coming up into nice sort of V's here. And you can understand why it's called freak maple burl. It's just an unusual kind of pattern going on in that burl, but really eye-catching, really exotic, real one of a kind. Finished with amber back and sides. So our Chimaera comes as standard with a 12-string and a 6-string. It's got individual pickups under each saddle. You've got volume and tones here for each neck, and a 3-way selector right here. So really versatile, great sounding guitar, great playing guitar, and looks good as well. Next up, we have another X30. This one's going to John in New Jersey. This one's Casipo, and Casipo is a really amazing wood, really dark and rich colors, really dark chocolate browns. But what I like about it is it's very holographic. It's got a lot of movement. Just kind of winks at you as you're moving it. Really, these parts as well. What I'm seeing is it's going from dark brown to light brown as I move it from side to side. I hope that comes across in the video the same way. But yeah, beautiful piece of wood. We've gone with a dark amber back and sides to match. I think the whole thing just really matches and pulls together beautifully. Next one up, Kevin, Hawaii. Apparently this is his third emerald as well. You know, we get a lot of repeat business, and I love the fact that people come back to buy a second. I often tell the guys in the office, with good marketing, you can sell anything once, but it takes a good product to sell something twice. And in this case, a third time. So obviously he's loving our guitars, coming back for more, and another really exceptional piece of Cocobolo. You know, it's Cocobolo, just something about it. It's the combination of colors, it's the little knots in it. It's just really rich and special. And I've got some coming in. We've been running really low on our Cocobolo stock. We've got a little bit still here. I was cutting some Cocobolo just during the week for some stock guitars, but I have a new batch of Cocobolo veneer coming in the next week. Now, next thing is Alex from Canada. So Alex called in here actually during the summer, and he was really interested in the Balor, so he came here and visited and checked out the Balor. This is our 4-string Balor. Primarily, the majority we build are 5 strings, but you know, we offer them in 4 as well, and it's nice to have a nice 4 every now and again. This one is a little different. It's got no pickup. Normally we do a pickup in them, but it's got these height adjustable saddles. Same saddles as we use in the X10, but except without the pickups in them. So it gives him that height adjustability, so he can bring that up and down as he wants, depending on his playing style or his mood. So I think that's actually a really neat design actually for the Balor, something we might incorporate a little bit further on some others. Finished in the black all over, and then we've used the black nylon tape wound strings, so it gives a real nice sleek sound and feel. So that's it for this week. Another really nice set of guitars going out of here. We'll be doing it again next week. Thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, put them on the video or email them through to Kevin and Chloe. If there's anything specific you'd like to see from us in terms of video content, we're really starting to think about the kind of content that we're going to do over the coming year. Thinking about ways that we can keep it interesting for you, come up with some new ideas. So if you've got any ideas about that, let us know. One of the things I'm really intending to do this year is show a little bit more about our building processes, a little bit more behind the scenes, and I'm also going to start to do some technical videos, maybe just explaining different aspects of the design process, how we do certain things and why we do certain things. So hopefully that'll be of use to you. If it is, let us know. So we always love to hear back from you. So if this is one of your guitars, really beautiful, and let us know what you think of it. Send us a video when you get it or a picture. We always like to get that feedback. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next week.